How's it going, people? It's me, and we're here to play some underrated horror games. It's me, Abel Z. Obviously, we are on the PS2. This was not an easy setup to get to. It definitely took a bit of coaxing and trying to get things going and such. And give me 1 second. These tags are really bothering me. Oh well. I guess this is gonna have to be fixed. I don't know why that keeps popping up like that. Oh, sorry, folks. And okay, let's see if that fixes some of the problems I am having here. Don't know why that keeps popping up like that. Don't you just love Twitch? Wow. Nothing like having your entire channel just completely be a huge butt. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Seems like things are in order. And really excited about doing this and such, because I've been a huge fan of a lot of different horror games. Isn't that a good sound? So let's just dive right in. This is D, and I definitely have a bit of it's a good sound. Unfortunately, we don't have the Sony PlayStation 1 to be playing this off of. We're playing on a PS2 as using a neat little gadget to connect via an HDMI cable. So I'm not using AV. This is being published by Acclaim, but it was by Warped Games, which if you don't know who Warped is, okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Alrighty. Yeah, this game is sort of ugly. It is a very old PS1 game. You're gonna see, in fact, I think this is one of the first generation, like almost a launch title for the PS1. And you're going to also see that this game sort of ported very terribly to the PS1, which I'm going to get into because this game is sort of quiet, but just want to sort of let this sort of play through. There is our villain, Richter Harris. Oh, that's a little loud. And here we got just a bunch of sort of B-roll to play through and sort of get us in the right mood for this entire game. This game it's definitely an interesting one. It has its quirks. This is definitely going to be one of the weirder games that we'll be playing for the May-hem Massacre. But damn, if this isn't necessarily a good one and one of my favorite games that I cannot help but be very happy to be showing off. So here we go. Acclaim presents D. And as soon as I press start, this game is just going to go right into it. So let me get some, rally off some facts and some things about this game. D was developed by Warp Games and directed by Kenji Eno. This would be the first game in a long-running series of games that would essentially be starting off on the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation and end on the Dreamcast. Yeah, that flash is really bad. But you would have... Okay, so I guess they're just going to play the B-roll again. The games starred a digital actress named Laura. For this game, it'd be Richter Harris, and would end up coming back in Enemy Zero as a different Laura with the same name and same appearance, though. And then finally on the Sega Dreamcast as Laura again. Give us a little bit of a sort of lowered volume, because this game is definitely going to be a bit loud. And this game was made and published in 1995 and released on the PlayStation in North America of March of 96. So this game definitely has some age, as you can tell by the CG, but this game is primarily one of the first games that started the whole CG, and it, you had Toy Story coming out and such and whatnot. So this was definitely one of those interesting new takes. This game was released on the MS-DOS, PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and 3DO. However, Warp would only end up developing for, I think, PC and the Sega Saturn, and Sega exclusively when it came to consoles, due in part to a whole frustration that Kenji Eno had with PlayStation and how they ported D to their console for Sony and such. So much so that the guy has balls. The guy had some major cojones by showcasing Enemy Zero at a Sony press conference. And as the video was wrapping up showcasing the game, the logo that ended the video went from a Sony PlayStation logo to the Sega Saturn logo, essentially saying, "Piss off, Sony. Fuck you for what you did to my game. I'm going to work for Sega exclusively." So you got from the next game forward, Enemy Zero and D2 exclusively for Sega. And having said all that, I am happy to be presenting for May-hem Massacre. This is the night one showcasing the video game D as created by Kenji Eno. So let's get right into it. I think what I really love about this game is just the tone that it is able to set with its music and, you know, spoilers, Laura is a silent actress throughout this entire game, so we are not going to hear one spoken word of dialogue. It's mostly going to be panting and heavy breathing, and here we get to start. And here we go. So, getting right into it, we are not going to waste any time because despite the fact that this is a PlayStation 1 game and saving and all the stuff being what it is, we are on a set time limit. And here's one of the first cutscenes.
Laura. 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 This is your father. Laura, go back. You must not cross over to this side. This is another world born of my own mind. Laura, go back. Come further, and your world will be closed off from you. Laura, I'm...
And that is the entire hook to this entire game. We are on a set time limit to get this entire game done. We have exactly 2 hours to complete this entire game. There is no, well, alright, well, we got a mirror. Not going to necessarily deal with that. We're going to go upstairs and we're going to try and get this game done as soon as possible, because if we do not complete this game within 2 hours, that's it. We lose and we must start all over. But having said that, since I have completed this game numerous times, there's definitely going to be a bit of, well, I already know what I'm doing, so, Got to love the sound effects. This game definitely has the added benefit of yeah, there you go. That's all within Dr. Harris's mind. His whole entire, like, horrific nightmare that is this world. But beyond that, this game is pretty much meant to be completed in 2 hours. One of the most interesting things about this is that this game is actually rated T for teen. This game isn't actually an M-rated game by any means, which is one of the more interesting things I find about this entire game. There we go. And that is our first item. This game is really interesting, and I really think that a lot of people haven't necessarily, like, really given. Let's see then. Do know that there is a bit more. Nope. Don't want that. So this is going to be one of the more unfortunate parts of this game is that it is on a rail system, so every time you want to walk or anything, you have only a set you only have a set steps that you can like really like, go towards. And here's one of the bugs that will be giving us hints as to what this entire mystery is all about. So those bugs are going. I think there's at least 5 of them in this entire game. Yeah, there's at least 5 of them in this entire game, and finding each one will get us slowly more and more backstory as to what is going on in this entire game. And we are going to be walking very slowly everywhere, but that's just the nature of this entire game. This game is broken up into 3 discs, and as daunting as that sounds, this is the year like 95, 96 when this game is being developed. So believe me when I say we are not going to take an entire like sprawling adventure. This game is literally shorter than most of your Resident Evils and such. I haven't necessarily ever like taken any longer than I think I've only taken about an hour and change. It definitely can get to you. Like the entire nature of this game, and that is one of our puzzles. I don't think I have the Yep. I do not have the Yeah, I do not have the actual item that this this puzzle needs at the moment, so we're getting moved forward. Gonna move around the table because I do believe that there is at least one bug nearby on this this room. Move over here. Well, I guess I was wrong. You gotta bear with me, folks. It's been at least 3 or 4 years since I played this game. So we go through this door. I think this one is actually locked. Yep, this is the locked door. So, well, can't get through this door. Maybe if I use this is the nature of this entire game, unfortunately, where you consistently man, it has been a while. Sorry, folks. There we go. So figured out what was wrong. The great old X circle debacle from like Japan and America. If y'all guys don't know, here we go. This is also one of our first puzzles. But the Great X Circle debacle or entire situation was America likes to have its confirmation as X, Japan's is circle. So you definitely had this unfortunate circumstance of like people not necessarily understanding this is definitely one of the first puzzles that are gonna probably get me. As I've said, it has been unfortunately a while. Let us come back to that. No, that is not what I want. So let's see if we can't necessarily find something in the old bedroom. Or the study, as I think it is referred to in this game. Looking for clues at the moment, trying to find some things. Nothing. Well, that's terrifying. So, it's definitely not that. Yeah, nothing there. Let's check 5. Whoops, nothing there either. Oh no. Guess there's only one more to check. What? Didn't we open this? And wasn't there a bug and nothing more? Huh. It almost seems like this place is an impossible dreamscape created within somebody's mind. How could that ever actually be a thing? I wonder. Are we truly in my father's mind? The answer is yes. We are truly within Dr. Harris's mind, and time is slowly ticking down. So we must get this rodeo on the go. But thankfully, this ain't my first rodeo. So let's get trucking along. Gonna move to the right. Gonna go over here. And we're gonna look back in this bowl of water. And I wonder. My God. A sheet of paper in this water. Ooh. 4-2. Roman numerals. Where have I seen those before? It's almost like I've seen them upstairs. This game definitely shows its age with the whole point-and-click adventure sort of aesthetic. But you know what? I still think this game is a damn good, interesting romp. So we're checking 2 first. And now we check 4. Well, that didn't necessarily work. I guess I have to try it in a different order. What? It's almost like this room is giving us all these impossible circumstances. And now we are done here, so we can just leave this room. And now we have a new room that we can look and check out. Or rather, a room that I've been saving over here. There's a big old keg here, and I have a handle. But what if I look over here? Oh, all those spikes. Oh. Let's see what happens. Oh dear! Oh no! Oh no, I've been in... Oh no. Woof. That was a close one. One might say it was more like a warning by someone that we are related to. Basically, Dr. Harris does not want to kill his daughter. He is just trying to give her a good scare so that she may not necessarily go further deeper into this house or this castle. It's not a house. So, that being said, we now have the ability to retract these spikes. So that's one part of this puzzle done. I say one part because obviously there is more to this puzzle. We're not completely done here. And now that that's done, let's move a little bit further. Obviously we're still trying to figure out that one puzzle within another part. What's that? Is that a door that says 78 on it? Why, yes it is. So now that we know that that door is 78, why don't we try number 78 on that one torture room that had that one guy just sort of chilling in the corner with his hand through the wall. I'm sure that'll give us something, an idea of where to go next. Yeah. As I said, this game plays a little awkwardly. But hey, that's the nature of this game, unfortunately. So we move a little that way, and then we're gonna... Oh no! What's this? Oh dear. This game plays a lot of like really, really cheap gags, and I'm here for all of it. I love just the weirdness of this entire game. Yeah, that song plays every time we come into this room. So now that we know we have to get the number 7-8, let's see if we can't necessarily figure out how we're going to get that 7-8. Because as we saw, every time we set the first number, we end up getting the second number, unfortunately, not necessarily staying, so... Darn. So now we got a 7. Now we got to get a 0. Darn. So we got to get 7 again. Darn it. Wow. Try and land it on the 0. There we go. And now this should work. Darn it. Alright, so try and get the 0. Once more with feeling. And we're trying to get that 1, I believe. And there we go. I love how expressive these faces can be because they can't necessarily draw any sort of like lines on the characters' faces. It's one of those things that's just really funny. All right, now we must continue deeper into this castle. Now, much like we thank the bus driver as we exit the bus, let us thank good old Skeleton Man. Thank you, Skeleton Man, for your most gracious gift of your ring off of your dead pinky finger. Later. Now we get out of here. And back into the room full of spikes that cannot technically impale me because this is a teen-rated game, so ain't nobody dying here. But now we see the door that was previously locked. It's like a circular thing could get me through this door, almost like a ring that you would acquire from some dead guy whose hand was in the wall. That's progress, folks. And pretty much end of disc 1. Because we're about to see what Kenshi Eno's favorite his favorite adventure is. Indiana Jones. And we have made it through the first chapter of this entire game. Oh, this thing won't let me through. And that is disc 2. So you get to hear me slouch out of my chair and get that second disc in. One moment. And we move forward. And yep, this game sort of, like I said, it's about 2 hours to get through this entire game, or that's our time limit. Just look at this picture. See what goes on. Oh. It's almost like that thing was giving us a clue for the next part of this puzzle. Okay, so as you can tell, this game really likes to mess with you in terms of how you move around your area. It's a bit frustrating, but such is the nature of this game. But I wonder... Oh! Another bug. And we're getting some more backstory and a little bit more context as to why all of this is going on here. Actually, I think I'm supposed to see if I can open this drawer. Well, I ain't doing much. So, can't open that drawer. So, let us check out some more of this room. Obviously, there is something by that bed. And this is the next part of our puzzle. If I remember correctly. Yep. So that puzzle is going to be yeah, this room is sort of a frustrating mess of navigation because everything's on rails, so you have to sort of like get an understanding of the bearings of this room and how you essentially move around it. We're gonna look at this again. This gives us a little bit of a clue. So chicken, rabbit in the side, and a horse to the left. So chicken up, rabbit side, and horse to the left. Not too bad. Oh, good lord, video game. All these perspective shifts. Okay. Here we go, right back to this. So, chicken on top. Let's see if this is what we needed to do. And there we go. We find another room. And this is where I believe we get, or we will eventually get, the second warning that we must heed from our father soon. And we see some of those heads look oddly familiar. And here we're seeing that this bookshelf is missing a book. And I don't know about y'all, but I grew up with some manners. And those manners were, if you take a book, you make sure you put it back. So let's go and find that book. Let's see if we can't necessarily put it back. We're being respectful. This castle may be evil, but we're not heathens. Again, with the whole, we can't have our main character talk, so we have to make her show as much emotion as possible through bad CG from like the 90s. This part is really fun. Just ever so ruthless with trying to get this key from a dead guy. But that key, I do remember that this little sort of area over here. No, Laura. Come on. Right direction. No. Alright, here we go. To be like right on it. Whoops. Oh no, I can't open it. I gotta give it like a little bit of a firm tug. I realize. So now we use this club key that we totally didn't steal from Resident Evil. Totally didn't steal. now we find a book. Now, like I said, we're gonna be respectful. Because I don't know about y'all, but every time I enter an evil castle, I try and be as respectful as possible to that evil castle. Because I am a guest. Through these double doors. Try our best to sort of circumvent these terrible navigations. Because technically this moves like a rail shooter, which is weird in and of itself. Oh my.
Laura.
That's got something to say.
Laura.
We'll return that book. We'll return the shit out of that book.
Laura. What are you doing? Go back. Now. Laura, you can't stop me. Leave the hospital. Quickly. If you do not, you'll never be able to return to your own world. Do you understand, Laura? Quickly!
FMV actor and still a better voice actor than Ronda Rousey and MK11, folks. Let's take this book back now. And go through our handy dandy bag full of goodies that we picked up over the passage of this game. Put this book right where it needs to be. Enjoy this nice little cinematic. Oh! It pays to be respectful, folks. It pays to be respectful. Respect all evil castles. Because they might not respect you and lock you in a small confined room. I wonder what that did in this small room. Oh, it seems by turning that I can change the orientation of the hallway. Well, fuck me. Hey, thanks for coming past the line. Thanks for following. Means a lot, man. And hope to see you again too, past this Lies Newport. That means a lot. Let's see. Got this room. Got a nice little chest here. Oops. I think I see that room's point.
Laura.
Ah, crap, here we go again.
Laura. 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 Soon I will no longer be the man you know. I can feel my control slipping away. Quickly, before that happens, you must leave here. I want you, of all people, to be safe from me. Laura, there's nothing I can...
Laura, you must yeet yourself out of this castle. Or so help me God. Alright, let's see if we got ourselves another room. Nope, just another wall. There we go. Got ourselves a bit of a door here. And we got some stairs. I wonder. Oh, it seems we're outside. Oh, here we go. Another bug. Getting that backstory. Oh no! You slightly poked me in the tummy. Oh, okay, you're poking me with a knife in the tummy. Oh, my organs. You have to move her entire shoulders to showcase that she is breathing heavily. And if I I remember correctly, the way to do this. Getting through this. Huh. Oh. It seems we have another statue. An Aquarius. Oh. Well then. It seems we solved the puzzle. Which means we must go back and get this that treasure chest as we slowly walk our way all the way back. And if you're wondering why I am not trying to open that door, it's actually because I can't. Unfortunately, I think we still need some item. I wonder what kind of item. Looks like a piercing one. Piercing one that sounds like it starts with the letter S. I know what it is. I'm not gonna say it for dramatic effect though. Sorry, folks. So I'm gonna rotate this this doohickey, this goober, this whatchamadoo, and hopefully this is gonna. Thank God. It is a door. So we go through this door. God damn it, that's not the door I need. And for the sake of getting all the puzzles done, let us see. Hopefully this is meaning that this isn't just a god. It is brick. Technically, this castle is a brick house, but it is not mighty. It is more frustrating and a pain in my ass. Who likes downtime? As we go look behind us and see another brick wall. Fantastic. Fucking sick. Absolutely stupendous. That is all the sounds of me just being frustrated with the fact that this thing can sometimes just be a complete nightmare. Let's turn around. Every now and then I get a little lonely inside. Please be the right door. There we go. Right door. Exactly where I need to be. Huh, this room's interesting. It's like there's pit. Huh. It's pit, but I don't even know. Oh shit. Oh my god. It's a knight. And I fell down a hole. Okay, so this next part is basically like it might as well be preemptive DDR, where you have to know every single thing that's going to happen as it's happening. So this might take a while. Hopefully it'll take like 3 minutes, maybe less. I don't know, this cutscene's weird, so let's see. You can't skip cutscenes, so good old. Next one. I knew I was gonna have to do that too. I had a feeling in the pit of my stomach. Is it right? Yeah, I gotta press right. And I didn't press right. Good old... good old QTEs. Thankfully, this game, you cannot die other than running out of time, so... I know I just ruined all the tension, but... Round 3. Let's go, boy. Round 3. Run it back. That isn't a fail state. I'm still in this. Let's get that heartbeat going. Check that Fitbit. Ah. Just dust that shoulders. Just get that dust off your shoulder. Run it back. I love the idea of like Laura just being the one person at the FGC tournament and like at a fighting game tournament and just cannot take the fact that she keeps losing. Come on, best of 5, best of 9. Come on, can I get a best of 9? Come on. Come on, let's do best of 11. Do I hear a best of 15? You want to play 21? I got 22. Here we go, so. Big old dominant foot. Throw him against the wall. How dare you? Okay, so it's left, right, left, and then I'm pretty sure it's circle. In fact, because I've like now failed this, I'm just gonna. Yeah, it's left, right, left, circle. So now we know. And as these come in, I just have to now press those buttons in that succession whenever they show up. Like I said, preemptive DDR, this sequence is a real downer and it's sort of a drag just because it takes so much time. But then again, time is the only like real big fail state of this entire game. And there we go. Get my fat lumbering ass right back onto this ledge. Get that heartbeat going. Just got back from the heart attack drill. Don't say shit. I got myself. Oh no! Ah, shit! I wasn't ready. But now I know. So, like I said, time is our only commodity here that dictates whether we win or lose this game. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to crawl right back up. And we have passed the 1 hour mark, I believe, in this game. So, definitely got to get that ball rolling. Good old Dr. Harris, proving that D&D is still a game anyone can enjoy, even when you're an evil psychopathic mass murderer who kills everybody within a hospital. I'm sure he's a blood mage. Maybe. Hey, put me down, man. Don't just eat me against the wall. Don't do that. There we go! Oh no! And this poorly animated this poor animation of a suit of armor just like combusting because it's 95 and we can't animate this. So now that we have this sword, you may be wondering and thinking to yourself, hey, we have a weapon. Obviously there's got to be some combat in this game. No, you're wrong. You're so wrong. And I can't help but tell you how wrong you are. Other than to just show you the rest of this game and prove how wrong you are. How unfortunate for you. How gullible you are to think that this game would have any sort of combat whatsoever. But nah, we're gonna turn this wheel around, right round, like a record baby. Round, 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 round. Every time I look behind me and it's just a brick wall, I'm just making the Jim Halpert face looking at the camera on The Office. Like, it's really one of those unfortunate circumstances where this could have legitimately been a little bit more fleshed out. But obviously, time is the only, like, you don't have a health bar. So the only way to really, like, dictate any sort of, like, oh, God damn it. The only way to really dictate any sort of like real tension is by making you spend more time considering, you know, you only got 2 hours. So, well, spin this around. Our arch nemesis, a brick wall. Fucking Christ. And a brick wall. There we go. I believe this is the door. And now these spikes pose no threat to us because this chest has floated to the top. And ah, shit, we got a gun, son. We're just like Joker and Smash Brothers. Get that B going. Gotta get that special going, that side special. Now we go up these stairs. Gotta get that.
Laura.
Ah, shit, here we go again.
Laura.
Yo, fool, I'm packing, so if you keep coming at me with these fucking cryptic messages, I'm just gonna start going blat blat all over this place.
Laura. Soon I will be transformed. When that happens, my new self will have need of you. This other self is one I cannot control. It is he who has done these horrible things. Laura, leave here. He wants you.
Alright, so let's turn this again. Let's make a 180. Hopefully this door is not a brick wall. But it is, so such is life in the zone. So this might be the room that we need. If not, fuck everything. Not the room we need. Okay, so this room might be the one that I need. I'm hoping, crossing fingers. There we go. And now we see, is that a, looks like a vampire. That's pretty solid. Oh, well. Did my best. Actually, yeah, we got about 50 minutes to complete the rest of this game. Let's try a sword. I'm sure his sword can, like... Yeah. Oh. Well. Damn. I'll have to get a bigger sword. Or a gun. I like how surprised she looks. Like, oh, gun. Alright, so here we go. Disc 3. Yeah, this game is not long. There we go. Now we see a ladder. Time to get that snake eater going. I give my life, not for honor, but for you, snake eater. Totally ruining the intention of this music. Hey, who cares? The music here for this entire game is literally everything that's leading the entire, like, tone of this entire game. There's no subtle nuance, it's all music. Like, there's no way you can tell me that this game, like, doesn't necessarily... Oh no. Seems I cannot get out. In fact, I don't think I can. I've never actually tried to... Yep. That's about it. Like, maybe if I try the other handle. Nope. Anyways, so... That's that. Now we got this really dark hall. And, I think we only got, like, one more puzzle.
Laura. Laura. Laura.
Pain in my ass.
Laura. Laura. Do not come to me. The one who I am to become needs blood for the change to be complete. You have seen what he will do. and it is your blood that he wants most. Laura, we are cursed. In our veins flows the blood of Dracula.
And that is this entire game's twist, is that technically Laura Harris and her father are cursed by the blood of Dracula. Let's see. Don't want to go backwards. I'm trying to go forwards here. So there was technically another bug, and I sort of missed it. So we didn't get all of them, but we don't really need them all to essentially to beat this game. It's just a nice little trinket to have whenever you get the games done. But this is the final puzzle. This is it. And now, if I remember correctly, there we go. Final puzzle is done. It is not a very hard one, but here we are. Pretty much conclusion of the entire game coming up right here. I'm gonna try my best not to talk and stuff, because I just wanted to point out what that last bug shows, is that Laura, after killing her mother, she disembowels her mother and begins to rip her apart, and takes one of the arms and starts feeding off of it and drinking the blood that comes of it. Dr. Harris explains to her, I think in this next scene, as to why she doesn't remember it. I believe that's a photo of her mother staring right at you as soon as you come up the stairs. As if that isn't necessarily creepy. Or rather, I guess this painting is the one that actually gives you the entire story as to what happened. I gotta say one thing about Kenji Eno is that he is really good at cutscenes and knowing how to make the most out of little ton of things. So here's the final missing puzzle piece of their entire memory. Or not. And there's our father.
So, Laura, you've come. Now I will tell you everything. Hear me and leave before the one who is not me can emerge. Laura, in our veins flows the blood of Dracula. The time of change comes to all of his blood. It starts with lust for the strange. Then comes the desire for human flesh to make the change complete. Yes, Laura, that time came for you as well. I erased the memory so you have forgotten. When Dracula took control of you, with those very hands you killed your mother. It is our fate to be accursed. And now you know you must leave. I feel myself changing. I want your flesh, Laura. Listen to what I say. It is your flesh that I need, just as you needed your mother's. Come to me!
I think I'm gonna pull out the old 45 special here, sir.
Laura, you've ended it. Thank you. A little more, and the change would have been complete. Perhaps, as a doctor, I wanted to see how the transformation would affect me. But that was wrong. And now, I will end my life as a man of flesh and blood. Laura, thank you. I love you. My last wish.
This is some great lip syncing. That is some prime real estate with that entire lip syncing. That is phenomenal. Just 100%. And believe that is about where it all ends. Good Lord, Kenji Eno, like 180s the entire tone of the entire scene. Like no real lingering ability. Like we aren't gonna linger on that tone. No slow thoughtful music. No like creepy tone to like inform the viewer of like how you're supposed to feel. Nope, just this like butt rock Oh man, but yeah, that was Kenji Eno's D, developed by Warp Games. These are all of the people that were developed. I will give Kenji Eno this, showcasing everybody that was involved. That's a really good prospect to do. Consider how so many people don't necessarily get the credit that they deserve, and knowing that Kenji Eno put all these credits, take it, you really are not getting a good this is being presented on a HD screen, so everything is really fuzzy, and it's a little hard to read some of these music designers and sound editor, how it just is as distorted as the entire picture is. It's nice to know that you got all these people getting their credits and such, and there's some really good talented people here. Eno would go on to make Enemy Zero and D2, and Enemy Zero is really interesting. D2 is sort of Eno's attempt to tell a thought-provoking story, much more similar to the vein of a Metal Gear Solid. And after that, he sort of retired from games, and passed away a few years ago. That was really disappointing, because it seems like he could have always come back and made one more game. And here's where we're gonna get our rating. Just that one bug. Thank you for playing. Thank you for playing our game. There are, however, things in it you have yet to see. You may want to try again. Please try again. Please. Won't you try again? And yeah, that is D. And much like, oh wait, I don't know if it's just gonna kick me right back to the main title, or if this is it. But yeah, that was D. I think it does the same thing that Square Enix games do from that time period, which is just end on a screen. So yeah, that was Kenji Eno's D. Legitimately one of my favorite games. Also the first horror game that I really sat through. My dad actually, this is actually my dad's copy that he gave to me once I grew up, and he sort of stopped playing video games. And I really don't necessarily know a lot of people who ended up playing this game. It's one of the more weirder ones that I have, and I really enjoy it. It's really one of those games that you sort of have to take, make some time for, and it's a lot like watching your favorite horror film after a period of time. You sort of know what's coming and how it's going to end, but every once in a while it's nice to come back and sort of, pay your respects, enjoy the accoutrement of the entire ride. And yeah, really enjoy this game, and hopefully I'll be able to come back tomorrow and showcase another game. And if not, then I will definitely be aiming for Sunday and be seeing what I can put out for that day. And this has been the first night of the May-hem Massacre. Well, we will be showcasing horror games that haven't necessarily had their chance to shine, some that are very much off the beaten path, and some that aren't just necessarily branded as Resident Evil or Silent Hill. But who knows, maybe there might be a Resident Evil or a Silent Hill that I think hasn't necessarily got the proper respect or commendations as the much more known games within those series. and maybe even some spin-offs to those games. So thanks for coming out and watching this. Really, really, really huge shout out for Past This Line Lies Newport for following. Means a lot. And yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll be getting some more games. So I have been your host, Abel Z, for the Obsolete 2099 Twitch stream. You can follow me on Twitter at fight_nerdy, and this will definitely be going on YouTube, so it's not going to take me anything to repurpose and put on up there. You can also find more about some of the other projects I am doing from Crispy Comics, who hosts the Gotham Animated and Lost in the Reels podcast, where we review Gotham Animated's finest cartoons, such as the Batman the Animated Series, as well as Batman Beyond. And on Lost in the Reels, we are going through some of our favorite films and some that have stayed with us or has just given us a bit of a thought-provoking idea on just some of the topics that those films have touched on. My film will be the next one to be put on review, and it's a movie that I just most recently acquired, and it's one that I for sure am going to enjoy. Much like the kill screen that we are watching right now, there will definitely be a kill screen in that film. You don't want to miss it. But thanks for coming out. You can find more information about those podcasts from Chris B at Chris B Comics. You can also find the other co-host of that podcast, Evan A at Evarn the Writer on Twitter. That is at Evarn the Writer. And yeah, you can find us. You can find me on Twitter and just shoot me some questions about pro wrestling, fighting games, video games, comics, anything in general. Funny enough, when I was looking for my PS2, it was hiding under a fucking trade of Frankencastle. That's the comic in which Frank Castle gets turned into a goddamn Frankenstein monster. What a fucking night it has been. And I just want to say thank you again to everybody who ended up showing up. And I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. And yeah, I will see you guys later.